Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to Snacks on the Go Part 2. This is the one where we're bringing things from home, so perhaps we've had a little bit of time to get prepped in advance and think that we're going to be out and about for the day, that we might want to take things with us, partly to save money, partly to save time from having to stop off at a shop, and also to improve the nutritional quality of what it is that we're eating. If we've got a bit more control over that, we're less likely to rely on the high sugar, high fat and high salt snacks that really aren't doing us that much good. They're okay on occasion, but if it's something that we're relying on a day-to-day basis, then perhaps there are improvements that we could make. So what to bring? It needs to be something easily portable, easy to prepare, and something that's not going to take too much time, perhaps the night before, or even just to grab in the morning before you set off. The easiest option would be to have things like decent standard chewy bars, protein bars, that kind of thing at home. We're looking again for the lower sugar ones and the higher protein. Also, these sorts of things tend to be quite satisfying because they're quite substantial, they're quite chunky, they take a bit of effort to eat. That's always a good thing rather than a really scoffable, disposable chocolate bar or something that's over and done before you know it. So if you have some of these in the house that you can just grab on your way out, keep in a bag, keep in the car, really, really great place to start. If you fancy something that's less sweet than those might be, you could do worse than oat cakes. These are a really nice alternative. So these are a branded one, but the supermarkets all do their own ones as well. They are higher in fibre. They're not a sweet sort of biscuit, but they're quite nice to have around. They're fairly satisfying for that. They come in these little handy packs. I wouldn't suggest you eat all of those because your mouth will be like cardboard, but it's nice to take with you, easy to pop in a bag again, and a couple of those just to keep you going is no bad thing. My favourite of all though is if you can prep a little snack pot to take out with you. Again, it can stay in the car, it's really easily portable. I would use something about this kind of size, not massive, but it depends how big you are. If you're bigger, you might want a bigger pot. If you're smaller, you might want a bit less. What's going in it? Well, something like a selection of nuts. Nuts are a really great source of healthy fats and they contain loads of essential micronutrients that we need for our physical and even our mental health as well. So I would grab about a handful. Again, your hands will fit your size. So my handful sort of suits my body size, yours would be suitable for you too. In this mix, we've got a combo of Brazils, we've got walnuts, we've got almonds, and there's cashews in there as well. These are plain, they are unsalted. If that's your normal thing, it might take a bit of getting used to, but the good news is that they're not going to induce any sort of sugar spike because they're not those honey roasted ones or anything like that. So these are in their pure form, really, really lovely. They're not the cheapest thing, nuts, but if you're only having a sort of a handful at a time, it's going to be a really affordable snack to have. I wouldn't keep them by themselves. I would get some fruit in my pot as well. So if I go on a quick grape rampage and shove a few of these in, oops, we're heading towards a 5 a day. Now, if I stuck a few more in, that's again, a handful is counting as one of our 5 a day. So if we pop a couple more in, that would be my kind of handful. Lovely. In fact, I'm going to do one more. What you might also want to do is put in maybe some dried fruit, some raisins, prunes if you're on team prune, and if you're not, I would seriously recommend a revisit to those. I know they sound a bit 1970s, but they are really, really lovely. So something like that, some dried fruit in there would be really nice. And my favourite little addition that keeps things fun is dark chocolate chips. Dark chocolate is actively good for you. It's a great source of magnesium as much as other things. It's really low in sugar, these ones. They're not sort of super moreish, but they add something pretty special to the pot, and it's always nice to come across one. So we've got a nice little tub. We'll pop the lid on there. And you're done. And in the moments it takes to assemble that, which has probably been about 30 seconds, you've got something ready that's going to keep you going through the morning if you need to, or you have it in the afternoon, or you just keep it handy and dive in whenever you feel peckish. Other fruits you might want, little punnets of berries are really good to have around as well. Keep that 5 a day going, a great source of fibre and immune boosting as well. And in fact, blueberries have been shown to make us cleverer within about 2 hours of eating them. So if you've got something important coming up and need a bit of a brain boost, they would be a great thing to have in your snack. Hope you found that helpful, and remember that these small changes all add up to a really, really big difference.